A very good morning and happy Sunday to everybody. Also a very good evening and a good night and a good afternoon wherever you may be across the world, because the beauty of the internet is that, YouTube videos can spread across the world. I mean, it's an absolute miracle. And at one time, we used to have to write a letter, didn't we, and stick a stamp on it. But now we can email, we can do all sorts of shenanigans. And as a consequence, the price of stamps, stick a £10 knot on it, and I've misspelt that. Actually, I could correct that a little bit, couldn't I? As we speak, some note. Stick a £10 note on it. I mean, I've ripped this cartoon from Google somewhere. But it's basically now you're going to turn up and they're just going to take the money off you and, I don't know, whatever they do, put some ink on it. And the end of stamps is nigh, I'm afraid. Denmark have recently, I think the other day, decided they're not going to produce stamps anymore. So, you know what? We are now going to be the only ones left with stamps. And of course, who needs a post office anymore? All these things can be done at home. And someone will come and pick them up, or you can just, whatever it may be. Anyway, enough of this ranting. It's a funny, but it isn't, is it? The world is changing. Not necessarily for the better. Well, talking of envelopes, I thought it would be a good idea just to have a look at some of the sort of countries that I'm interested in at the minute. So I've got collections going on and I'm putting them in stock books and on stamp albums and in stamp pages and stuff. But the ones that are left over go into an envelope, or ones that don't fit in with the collection that I'm doing. For example, I'm interested in Australian royalty stamps. I'm interested in Australian flora and fauna. But of course some in Australia don't fit in that category, so they go in the envelope until such time until such time that they can be, they are used. And I think it's a good way of keeping extra stamps and not sticking them back in the box, so to speak. Though I do tend to put countries that I'm not interested in back in the box. So we'll start with having a quick look at what has been left over from. We won't look at them all, but we'll just have a look at a couple, say, from each country, which, you can't beat stamps. Ooh, I don't know what that stamp's doing in there. I see this immediately. What is that doing in there? These stamps get everywhere. And they are in places they shouldn't be, and are not in places that they should be. Isn't that weird? This is from my Christmas collection, so, I've just pinched a few out there, and immediately it goes into a collection. So don't forget to keep going back all the time. What else have we got from New Zealand here? We got a lamb, but I decided that 1957 stamps, so still got the 8D on it. So I decided that this was more about the trade of lamb, with the ship and everything, rather than featuring an animal per se, celebrating the existence of an animal per se. But yeah, nice stamp. Next we have one of these, and you may say, Peter, this is a flora stamp. It is, but I've got quite a number of these, so this has to remain in the envelope. And finally, what have we got here? Well, we've got something on paper. I don't usually get many of these, but that's quite nice. But it's actually got nothing on it that I can use at the moment for New Zealand. But yeah, nice stamp. So that will go back. I'll stick that over there out of the way, so we're not too busy. It takes too long. Deutsches Reich, a very noisy period of history. The noise, the people. So So we just get probably got too many. A lot of inflationary stuff going on in here, I suspect. Looking at 1,000 something, 1,000 mark, 1,000 marks, that's £1,000 back in the day. I mean, £1,000 today is enough, isn't it? But £1,000. Here we have a noisy individual, a lot of shouting, 1943 stamp, nice date stamp, 1943. Pre-war, Fried durch Absalon, number 21. Don't know what that means. Maybe someone else does. So these sorts of things. I do have, to be honest, pages and pages and stocks of these. I did buy early in my collection a lot of German stamps en masse. But even, within difficult times, they do stick with the old post horn now. Look at the post horn. So there's respect. There's respect for the postal service. And all the paraphernalia and goodness associated with it. Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Well, that doesn't go in there, so that also has to be kept to the side. Just shows, doesn't it? I mean, we just take a little pinch from it. And this is an old stamp from possibly the turn of the century. Yeah. So we get those out of the way. We go to the next country because time is ticking down. We've got a few here. Republic France. I did have a lot of weeks looking at French stamps. I was interested in the Soa. As you know, I did a video about the Soa and also about Marianne stamps. So all the other stamps really have either gone in the box or gone in the envelope. I try to remember to put them in the envelope. That's nice. Airmail stamp. Usually airmail stamps do feature a flying thing. And in this case it's a plane. Very nice. A cathedral of sorts, maybe. Sainte-Chapelle de Riche. I don't know. Yeah. We'll turn another one over. Europa stamp. They're very keen on Europe there. And there we have a monk. I think he's a monk. Yeah, it's 1980 stamp. And, let's go the other way round. And here we have is that another? Well, it's an airport anyway, by the look of that writing. So another plain one. So, this envelope, some envelopes are empty. This is quite full. Canada was full. Or Canada is full, I should say. So we'll take a few of these out and just have a look what Canadian goodies pop out. Canada. Heroic type figure, 1660. Possibly the discoverer of Canada. Don't know. Another Canada stamp here, 50. I've got no idea what's going on with that stamp. It's been hinged at the back, of no value. Her Majesty the Queen. So this is an example I'm interested in Canadian royalty stamps, yes. I do have quite a few of these though. There are huge gaps in my Canadian royalty, and this is not going to fill any of the gaps. Shall we just get one more, just for the look, because there's only 3. Maybe something of bigger interest. I don't know. What's this? Yeah, well, also Flora Fauna of Canada. This would fit into that, but I've got that as well. So, yeah, I'm getting a lot of repeats within the Canadian envelope postal system. Australia. Now Australia, being Commonwealth, it does. Oh, look at that. Australia. Is it Banyan's tree or the what tree is that? The Billabong tree? What do they call them? I don't quite remember. I used to sing about it in school. Yeah, a holy mess, a nice pair, destroyed, but do like it. Yeah, it's not destroyed for me. What else have we got here? I think we've got more Christmas goodies here, which has to be removed from the bag, from the envelope, I should say, and put on the side. And as a consequence, we have one more little pinch, and solar energy, renewable energy. So Australia obviously are heavily into that at the moment, so why not? It would be a lot of sun down there. But I'm sure there's a lot of rain down there as well. There's, it's a continent at the end of the day. And more, for sure, Commonwealth Games, Perth. This could go in my sport collection, but it doesn't look particularly sporty. I may think about that. We'll leave those on the top of the envelope. Move them to the side. Just two more quickly. East Germany, as you know, I've set up a album featuring those. These would all be spares, and I haven't got many spares, but here's a couple. Building, a nice solid practical building there. That's what we want. Buildings big and square and like fortresses. And foxes. Wow. Not sure. Or squirrels maybe. Don't know. But yeah. Little to do there with East Germany, therefore that goes there. And then finally the Republic of Ireland. I did a little video about councils, and yeah, I've got a page of early Ireland. By early I mean anything anything before 1950, I would say. European thing there, so that would be... They do have these European stamps, don't they, all over? Have you noticed that? I had not noticed that until I decided to get back into stamp collecting. Water Resources Era, lovely stamp there, people splashing around in water, messing about in the river, like the good old days. Here we have Era building, historic building, no doubt. This looks fairly old to turn over me. Yeah, fairly old, but I've got, the old map stamps we do have. This is in good condition, but there's a lot of this going on. A lot of these stamps, 2 Pinsins, the Shamrock is there, the map, Era. It's a classic stamp that were produced in their millions, I suspect. And we all have at least 100 of them whenever we order any Irish stamps. So that would be it. Hang on, there's a couple more here. Oh yeah, but the same. So you see, we have another one here, and the 26 and the 24 here. So I've got these, the common stamps, and when I come upon them, they go in the envelope, and are saved to fight and live another day. Unlike the post office, which I fear for it really. And when one breaks ranks like Denmark, I think everybody else will. Queue here, if open. Okay, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.